Illness strikes this time of year, and so we must go out and get some cough drops. Or we can do one better and make our own. 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, half a cup of honey, and some ginger that I minced up. It's probably about a teaspoon as well. Now we're going to be making this like candy, so we're going to need to use a candy thermometer. I selected this pot because it was small, but it wasn't quite small enough, so I had to move over to using something that I really wish I didn't have to, just because the batch size is so small for making this. So we're just going to add all of our ingredients into our saucepan, and then we'll turn our heat on. We're going to look for kind of a medium high heat. Now the reason why I say this pot isn't good is that because there's so little mixture in it that the thermometer isn't able to get a good temperature reading because the thermometer sticks up too much. So I moved over to using this small cast iron pan, which makes this difficult because if it boils like at all, it can boil over pretty darn easily. But I was able to manage with minimal spillage and no burns. So our goal is to keep the temperature down enough that it doesn't boil over and make a gigantic mess. We need to keep moving it so it doesn't burn. And what happens when you're making candy is that the water starts to evaporate out, and as the water evaporates out of the solution, the boiling point of the water or the solution rises. And the candy thermometer simply gives us an indication of the temperature, which lets us know the moisture content inside of our solution. And typically the candy thermometers are labeled with different things on them for making different types of candy. We want kind of a hard crack, which is one of the higher levels of candy. And it really makes it a lot harder than if you do like softball or hardball, which is a little bit more tacky and sticky. But because we're making cough drops, we need a higher level. And once our solution is reaching the temperature that we like, we're simply going to take it off of the heat. And I've got this sill mat down here, and we're just going to spray it all over the place. And this will make our cough drops. And then as an added benefit, we can break them up into smaller pieces. Maybe coat them in some powdered sugar so they don't stick to each other, but I didn't bother doing that. And then we're good to go. We got ourselves some nice ginger candy as a good substitute for standard issue cough drops. It cools off pretty quick, and then you can just break it apart. Either way, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Feel free to make this and share it with your friends because it's quite good. And until next time, stay awesome.